And it was stated to us clearly that president and one of the facilitators for that particular workshop said every president in the state of California, if they were not in the two workshops because they were afternoon and morning, there need to be a demand session for us to have to go along with our legal redress to these meetings, because we need to be contacting the sheriff's department, because there's going to be this formulated committee. We need to be at the table learning about what is the intent, the intention of these overseers, if you will, with this group. They are giving us some strategies. They're going to be working from the state and the national to give information, talking points, if you will, that the NAACP has to get involved in this kind of stuff. Yes, I saw Ed and then I saw Elizabeth.
Well, I was going to say back to the churches and the ministries. Somehow in my mind I see the NAACP holding a forum with all of the ministers in the surrounding churches. Just a forum, just call in all the ministers. They need education as to what's to be done, what is to be expected. Call the ministers in, let them know. Once you and the legal redress get together and get your information, call them in and sit down with them, however many it is, and let them know what's out there and what's expected of them, so they can bring it across the pulpit to their congregation.
I was wondering if there were any type of government funds to assist in this aftercare journey, if you will, along with different organizations that can take advantage of that, of being positioned to house and to work with these people in order to, to get them to the next step, to teach them life skills and different things like that. So I don't know, any type of identification.
There will be, and that's the meeting, and that's why I, as the president, will need to contact the sheriff's office and make sure that I'm informed about the organizational overseers and that team of people that's supposed to be able to put all of these things in place, i.e. the social services, the mental health needs, aftercare needs, because there would be funding. One of the examples is that, and our religious affairs director for the state, who is down in San Diego County, he talked about, because he did the piloting program down there to see what they were doing. These young people were coming out and they were sending them to these so-called organizations, and they were giving them, they would go through and get something like a flyer. What kind of services do you offer? And he told very telling kinds of testimony that those gentlemen would go, or young ladies, women would go to these places, and they say, well, yeah, it's on there, but we are not offering that yet. So we got to make sure these organizations that into this, that I think you said something earlier about organizations, is capacity to do it. And again, that's where the NAACP has to kind of be at the table to know what's out, what's going to be put out, but also asking the right questions. Do you have the capacity to really affect what these individuals need? If you are marketing social services, what is the degree of your social services program? How in-depth is it? And I threw in something, and because not to assume that every organization that these individuals will go to will be organizations led by African Americans. So I threw in this one point. I said, well, whatever is done, whatever is said, part of the strategy must be, and part of the conversation must be cultural competence. Because we must put that one out there. Because even now, just going to a social services agency for parenting, oh yeah, we can help you, but there's that whole issue of cultural competence. Do you understand? Big Mama had her way of parenting. We know that may not be socially acceptable, but then Big Mama's way got some results. So I told them, be careful that when we look at capacity, that we make sure that that piece is on the table, cultural competence. Because a lot of times people will go to places and it's like they shouldn't have even moved. Okay, what